after 6, and time now for What's Trending. Listen to this, guys. Apparently, the laughing, crying emoji is so last year, at least according to Generation Z. Well, many young men and women who were born after 1996 say they've stopped using that graphic because they've deemed it uncool. Some say that the fact that their parents use the emoji made them choose other ways of saying, I'm laughing so hard, I'm crying. And one such new emoji used by this younger population is of a skull, as in, I'm dying of laughter. Well, the laughing, crying emoji was among the victims blasted during a set of recent videos and comments on TikTok that focused on Hallmark items that young people dislike. And Gen Z also threw some shade on skinny jeans and hair parted on the side. So very opinionated out there, Gen Zers.
Wow.
And guys, I have to admit, I feel really personally attacked with this story because that is the #1 emoji. I opened up my phone just to check, but yes, that's the laughing, crying emojis, the one that I use the most all the time. I use it texting, I use it tweeting, so I guess I'm uncool. Oh no.
Well, if you're uncool, then so are we. We had this discussion right before the show. We all use it, and I feel like I'm conflicted here because technically I'm on the cusp, the cutoff of millennials and Gen Zs by like just a couple months. So I'm technically a Gen Zer, but I don't know if I can get down with all of this, Marissa.
Yeah. And you said you're okay with skinny jeans too, right?
Yeah, I'm fine with skinny jeans. I thought they were still in, honestly. So I'm behind, I guess, too. Maybe I have to identify with the millennials on this one.
Right?
Yeah, and I'm millennial too, 94 I was born, and all I can say is, holy cow, Gen Z really taking things too far or too modern. So I'm going to just take the old man approach. You rotten kids!
Yeah, I think we're all feeling a bit old, I guess. But yeah, lots of different ages here. So keep using it, you guys. If it makes you happy, keep using it.
Absolutely.
I feel old just thinking about that, Peter and Marissa.
That is too funny. Well, sticking with the cool theme here, someone may want to call Guinness because it's possible there's a record at a North Dakota high school where swimming has become a family affair. Check this out. The Bismarck Demons swim dive team features not 2, not 4, but 6 sets of brothers. That means 12 brothers make up almost half of the 26 swimmer squad. Oh, brother. With that much sibling rivalry, there's plenty of hydro hijinks, but the coach says when it's time to compete, the bros are all biz. He says sometimes the brothers get seated next to each other, and it's really fun watching them go head to head because you can just see they have that little extra push. This season is the last for at least one of the brothers, marking the beginning of the end of a rare era of relay running relatives. And I gotta say, what are the chances of this happening? You know, obviously these families are big on swimming, and I love that the friendly, brotherly competition really kicks in, and I'm sure it makes all of them better. And being on a team, I'm sure they all kind of see themselves as family.
Oh, exactly. I think that's wonderful. I love, too, that they're also close in age because I'm sure that they're just really close outside of the pool as well. Right. But like you said, to have that being brought into a competition, that's only got to make them want to push each other harder and make them better and then make their team ultimately fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh, without a doubt. I can kind of personally relate there with my brother, too. So he and I like to play basketball a lot when I was back home. And let's just say a lot of tight competition between he and I. So a lot of fun times in the sibling department, too. But a Pennsylvania man's icy artistic statement on our next story here has a history dating back decades. TJ Stellar is in his element where he uses the elements to create this amazing cascading ice tree as temperatures drop. He scales the tree, piling brush on top, add water, rinse, and repeat. The tree has become a tourist stop for locals and has roots dating all the way back to the 60s. He says it all started with his great-grandfather. All of a sudden, they instituted a water tax, and he said, all right, if you're going to charge me to use water, I'm going to use water. The virtual approach has turned into a tradition that Stellar has no intention of ending, saying he thrives off the joy of dazzled onlookers. If I can get my words out correctly, but look at this. This is really cool to just see that a tree just covered in a whole bunch of ice and snow overall.
Yeah, he clearly spends a lot of time on that, and I think that it's so cool and so fascinating to keep that tradition going from his great-grandfathers. So hopefully that'll keep getting passed along. And I'm so impressed too with how tall it is, you know, and seeing him hike up to the top of it to just really make it grand.
Yeah, you know, it takes a lot of dedication to keep that going throughout the winter, and I love how he even looks like he put some blue lights under it,
Yeah,
really illuminated
cool.
it at night. That sounds like the perfect time to go see it.
Yep.
Yeah, I would love to see it at night. You almost could add it as a Christmas decoration during the Christmas season too if the weather cooperates, but that is pretty cool.